this is Jan from the Fuzzy Duckling bringing you quick tip number 1. Have you ever wondered how to get that beautiful soft background that you see on so many colored pictures? Having a colored background just adds that finishing touch that you need for your artwork. Here is an example of one of my pictures without a background. My fishy's so cute, but he doesn't look like he's even in water. Now, I did just leave this background a plain old white, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but my art could look so much better with a little attention to that boring background. Now, let's see a picture with a background. Isn't that so much better? Here's another one of a little seahorse with a background. It looks like he's actually in water. These backgrounds cover the whole page, and it's really easy, and better yet, the supplies are inexpensive. All you need is some chalk and some inexpensive cosmetic rounds. Now, there's some options for your chalk. I like to use some blending chalks that I bought years ago for my scrapbooking hobby. It seems that using chalks in scrapbooking has gone out of style, but a lot of us still have a lot of that chalk stashed in a drawer somewhere. Now, you don't have to have this kind of chalk lying around, no problem. You can use almost any kind of colored chalk for this project. Here's some inexpensive chalk I found at Walmart for just a few dollars. And here's some I found at another store. I think this was about $5. Look at all those beautiful colors. I have heard from others that sidewalk chalk will work. Sidewalk chalk. I said that so funny. I don't have any sidewalk chalk, so if you try it, please let me know if it works. I would love to know. The other item that you will need are some soft cosmetic rounds. You can buy these at most stores like Walmart, Target, or even your local drugstore. If you don't have any of these lying around, try using a soft tissue. You can fold that into a little square, or Q-tips. These might not work quite as well, but will still give you a good idea of the technique. And these little guys are good for little corners. So let's grab a sheet of paper and try this technique before you move on to putting it on your good colored picture. So grab one of your little rounds. Get your chalk. I'm going to start out with this blending chalk. Now the blended chalks, they come in these little pans like watercolor paints. So just take one of your cosmetic pads and gently rub over the color of your choice. Now swirl it on your paper. That little black hair was my kitty cat's hair. He loves to be in here while I work. Isn't that pretty? And it's easy. Practice until you feel comfortable with filling larger areas of your background. Now, you might want to have a darker color, say at the edges of your sky, and blend it into this light color. So just go to your darker blue, swirl it on, and then blend it into the edges of your lighter color. Look at that. Isn't that easy? And it's so pretty. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful? Now the technique is a little different if you're using the sticks. Just grab a stick, rub your little round on the stick, and swirl it on the paper. Look, it looks just the same. it works just as good. Some of your lighter colors, you have to get a little more chalk on your cosmetic ground, but that's just the way they're made. Now, let's add that darker color to the corner and blend it in. I'm going to get my chalk, rub my cosmetic ground on it, and swirl it around my lighter blue. It's a good idea to just try to blend in all the little loose chalk pieces that form, especially with your stick chalk. There you go. Isn't that incredible? You can make such wonderful effects with this. Okay, now that you've practiced and you've got a handle on how to do this, let's try adding a background to one of our coloring pages. We'll bring our little fishy in here that we had earlier. We'll finally give him a background. Now, here's one very, very important tip. Put your background in after you've colored your picture. And that's very important. Now, I usually color my pictures with colored pencils, Sharpie pens, sometimes watercolors, and once in a great while, crayons. Let's keep this white colored pencils out. Now, be sure that your image is colored. All of it's colored. Even the white areas need to be colored. So if you have white areas like these little eyes here, color them in with a colored pencil or a white Sharpie pen or a white paint pen. Just be sure all your image is covered. Look at these little bubbles. We need to color those in. Now you may wonder why we need to do that, since white is white is white. But what happens is these mediums, the colored pencil or the pen, they tend to repel the chalk when you put it on. And so you won't end up coloring your little fishy's eyes a blue or some other color you're using. It will repel it and keep your image safe as long as you gently swirl it on. So let's start adding some background. I'm going to put my little fishy in some light blue water right around him. So I'm going to, see if I get this in here, get some light blue chalk on my little round here and just start swirling it around my fishy. Look how easy that is. And I don't have to be too worried about hitting the edge of my image since it's all colored in. Now I wouldn't want to scrub too hard. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful? All around my little fishy. He's going to be so happy to be in water. Now I'm having a little trouble with it streaking here. But I can just rub that out usually and it hides real well. Some little spots in my chalk causing that, I think. So just keep going until you've kind of surrounded your fish with this light blue. Now I'm going to show you the next step and then I will finish this picture and show it to you at the end. But I want to add a little bit of darker blue in the back corner and blend it in. So we're going to add some darker blues up here. Now the texture of your paper may affect how your chalk looks. So you might want to try this out on different papers before you do it with your good image. But look at that. Now, this is going to be really pretty. I'm going to go ahead and finish this picture and we'll speed it up and I'll be back with you with the finished project. quick tip with this. You can see I made a mistake. I let my picture lay over the edge of another piece of paper, and your chalk will pick up any texture that's underneath it. And you know, it might be actually something interesting to take advantage of. Okay, that's it for now. Isn't this a neat technique to use? I would love to see what you've done with your chalks, so please share your accomplishment on our Fuzzy Duckling Facebook page. I'll put the link below with links to the pictures we used today in case you would like to download them and have fun coloring and painting and chalking them. Thank you for being with us today. We will see you later.